All right, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I don't know if you've been waiting for it, but we are back on the Northville Placid Trail. Just parked at WAKEY Dam. Dan's with me for a couple days until Long Lake, where we dropped his car earlier this morning, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Weather looks pretty good, which is a huge win versus when I left Northville Placid Trail.
It's because I'm a good luck charm.
It's true. It's true. I'm always after his lucky charms. So yeah, we're starting off the day with a walk down the Cedar River Road, and it's gonna be awesome today. I think we got just about 9 miles till camp. It's early, I'm feeling good, and super excited to be on the trail in October. Look at these colors, it's awesome. Just a quick heads up, when you get to the first junction, it looks like a little truck trail goes off that way past a body of water from WAKEY Dam. That's not the right turn off. Keep going down. You're going to pass past WAKEY Pond, and then that'll be your turn off for continuing on the NPT. There are markers. They're pretty spaced out, but just pay attention. There you go. Big sign that says, hey, go this way for Northville Placid Trail. So we're heading out to Stevens Pond, which means, according to that sign, 8.3 miles this way. All right, making our way up this truck road. Probably, I would say we're about 2 miles in for the day. Nice little junction here. It's well marked, so that's good. Little arrows that say go this way if you're following the NPT. It's gorgeous out here. Holy pants. Like, I think we're just a smidge past peak for the most part of the park, but through here there's some brilliant oranges and reds and yellows, and a significant amount of green still. I'm surprised.
What I like is that the leaves are nice and soft, so you can't tell when you're about to step into a puddle or, you know, up to your knee in a swamp, but most of your steps are reasonably cushioned, and I like that.
For now, it works out. We'll see how we feel in a couple days.
Why does it feel like we're breaking trail in February?
Exactly. So yeah, day's going really well, and like I said before, just grateful to be out, man. This is awesome. Ran across a big tree hanging out in the middle of the trail. Not a little tree. Dan is going around.
I'm contributing to trail erosion.
It's because we left our chainsaws in the car.
Well, you know.
Just be prepared for some of that. We've had some pretty good trails so far. Wet, sloppy. A lot of really pretty little brooks and streams that you cross, which is really nice. Actually, at this point, we might be stopping here for some lunch. It's a nice place it's a nice bench. So that's pretty good. Get some food and continue the day. Just crossed over Brown's Brook, and that means we're about 5.5 miles into the day, which is awesome because that means less than 4 to camp. That's a huge win, I think.
I'm kind of happy with this.
Yeah, works out well. Just be aware that the trail, you can see behind me here, turns down, and there's a nice log road here that we're going to be going down. Just pay attention so you don't turn the wrong way as you come up off the brook. That would be a bummer, I think. Yeah, gorgeous day today. The weather's perfect. Like, not a whole lot of sweat. Nice breeze.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is great hiking weather. You're almost a little chilled when you stop for a minute, and then as soon as you start moving again, it's perfect.
Yep. And no bugs.
Dying by the truckloads.
Let's keep going. I'll tell you what, the trail in the fall is a little difficult to follow in the places where trail markers are not overly abundant. But so far so good, we're not lost yet. That's right, we are less than a mile from tonight's camp, which is good because, you know, it'd be nice to stop walking for a little while, I think.
I, for one, have been dreaming about macaroni and cheese since about lunchtime.
Dreaming and walking.
Would that really surprise you, given some of the slips?
You said it, not me. This section of the trail has been interesting in that there's not a lot of interesting features about it so far. Lots of little brook crossings, which are awesome. They're very pretty. You know, a couple of big erratics, but nothing too crazy. And it's just a lot of up and down, up and down. Not steep, but you know, it's enough of it. Sections of the trail so far, and it might be because of the leaves, were a little tough. We would pause and look around and try and figure out, all right, where are we going from here?
I feel like there should be trail.
Yeah,
somewhere.
So thankfully, you know, Northville Placid Trail is a very well walked path. So just taking a moment and pausing and looking, we could typically find it. Plus, you know, we walk a little bit and look for a trail marker, and either we find one or we don't, and we figure it out from there. But yeah, so we're gonna finish up strong, get to the Stevens Pond lean-to, and rest, cook some dinner, set up camp. Maybe not in that order, but definitely those are things that are happening. All right, let's go.
Unless you want to walk to Route 28 and 30, it's only another 3.4 miles.
Well, we could do that. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. I don't think we want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
We'll see Route 2830 tomorrow. You can start to see Stevens Pond through the trees here. Lean-to's right around the bend here. It's pretty cool. It's a big pond. Awesome. Yes, made it to the Stevens Pond lean-to. It's very well kept, nice and clean. There's a privy on the way up to the lean-to. We're close to the water, so we can go get some stuff for filtering. Fire pit. There's actually some dry wood under here, so that's kind of a nice thing. Plenty of spaces over there to hang a hammock. This is perfect. We're not going any further today because it was a great 9 miles. And I think we did it in just about 4 hours and 45 minutes roughly. And that includes our break for lunch, which, thinking back on it, that seems a lot faster than it felt.
Yeah,
You know? There was a section in there where we're kind of doing this, and it felt like we were dragging, but...
It was that long section where there's no discernible, identifiable landmark to break it up a little bit. And
Yeah, exactly. But, hey, we were moving, so life is good. We're going to relax a little bit. Like I said, I'll set up my hammock over there. Just hang out. Cook some food. Life is good, man.
Get a fire going.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous outside. You know, we still got a couple hours of sunlight left, so life is good. But, yeah, this is day 1 of part 2 of the Northville Placid Trail. Overall, it's day 8 on the NPT for me. So, sweet. I'll call it a win. We'll see everybody tomorrow. It is day 2, part 2 of the Northville Placid Trail. So this would be, if I continued all the way through, day 9 of trail time. And we just left Stevens Pond. It's a little brisk this morning. What'd you say, 45?
Yeah, at the moment.
At the moment. So it got down to about 35 last night. I was toasty, so that's good. It's been the coldest I've ever camped in, so thumbs up for that, right? We have at least 10 miles today. We'll see if we can go a little bit further, so that when Dan leaves tomorrow from Long Lake, he can actually get out at a reasonable time. But yeah, we got some interesting terrain ahead of us, I think. We'll be crossing Route 28/30, and yeah, it's early, but we've got a lot of energy and ready to move, so let's go. Okay, about a half mile after you leave Stevens Pond lean-to, come to this junction here. If you follow the red markers, it goes to the Cascade Pond lean-to, about a mile that way, and other points. But we're heading this way. So I think our next waypoint is going to be Lake Durant and Route 28, Route 30. So let's keep going. You can tell we're getting closer to civilization. We were able to hear the road noise a bunch last night and early this morning. This is the direction we're walking in. Every step brings us closer to louder noise. It's interesting when you come across, you know, these roads and these towns as you're on a big wilderness trail like this. Just because it's a completely different environment, right? Like, you're used to paying attention to where each step is, trying to avoid as much mud as possible if you can. Whereas on the road, you just put one foot in front of the other and walk. There's really not much in your way. It's different. But yeah, we're making our way. We'll see Lake Durant Campground pretty soon, I think. We're almost to Lake Durant. We had a DEC trail register just a little bit back there. Now we found the truck road that's going to bring us right down next to the campground. So if you are walking in, I think there's a $2 fee to stay the night. They got showers, they got all kinds of good stuff there. So it's a really nice place for Northville Placid Trail thru hikers to kind of stop, rest up, clean up.
So we're only doing 3 miles today?
No, we're doing much more than that. But yeah, so keep that in mind when you're planning out your trip. It's probably pretty nice, actually, from what I hear. So yeah, next stop, Route 28. Let's go. All right, we're at the Lake Durant, or Durant, Lake Durant.
I think Durant.
I'll go with that. Campground. You can see we've gone, according to that sign, about 3.5 miles. We're not entirely sure that's accurate, but we'll go with it. Makes us sound like superheroes because it's only been about an hour on trail. And you can see we're marked to go that way. So let's keep on going. As you're walking through the Lake Durant campground, just make sure that when you get to like the showers area, you go towards the boat launch. That's where the trail goes. You don't want to go up the other way because it's not the right trail and it's a lot more road walking, it looks like. So yeah, just pay attention. All right, once you get to, it's a big logging road, and you can tell because it looks like some fairly recent logging has happened. You actually come up to this section here, you got a lot of little markers. That's to let you know you go back into the woods that way, away from the private property. So just keep your eye open. You'll cross a little stream and then have to jet back into the woods if you're coming from the south and going northbound. So yeah, we are maybe a mile and a half from the O'Neill Flow lean-to, which I think that's where we're gonna have some lunch. Sounds like a good plan to me. So we got to the crossing. See, it says lean-to that way. And if you check this out, there is a bridge that crosses this outlet here. It is super rickety. It is not something we're gonna cross. Check that out. Don't go that way. But there is some dimensional lumber here, and it does provide us a really nice place to sit down and rest our butts. So this is where we're gonna eat. Not too bad. Gonna take a little bit of break, get some food, and then continue on the trail that way. So far, so good. I think we did a little more than 6 miles in 2.5 hours, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
It's pretty good. It's about 6.5 miles actually, almost, in a little more than 2.5 hours. Moving, so cool. So we're walking along Tirrel Pond, which is simply gorgeous because you have these views right here. Holy smokes. That's incredible. There's a lean-to right over here with a nice sandy beach apparently. So that's pretty awesome. People go fishing here. Float planes actually land in Tirrel Pond, which is kind of neat. But yeah, gorgeous. Today's turning out to have a lot more points of interest than yesterday, for sure. This trail's very interesting today. Love it. It's gorgeous.
Not sure if you can see it out there. It looks like a deer is swimming in the middle of the pond. Seems like an interesting choice. Weird.
Looks like there's a dangerous bridge crossing that I'm going to completely avoid and hop across the rocks because that looks like trouble waiting to happen. Oh boy. We walked through probably quarter mile of this forest, and there's no trail markers, but I've got one right there and one right there now when we're getting ready to hop back onto state land. So we are a little more than a half mile from camp tonight, and I'm grateful for that because I think I'm tired. Let's go. So we just came out of the forest onto Salmon Pond Road, which is a dirt road here. Pay attention to the signs because you're going to go that way, which is east. But the signs here are a little confusing. If you check this out, that's a little weird. So just be aware. I wasn't. Dan helped me out, which is good. It's the end of the day, man. It's time to get to camp. We're almost there. We're going to cross the bridge, and then I think that's it, which is a win. Yay. Well, we got to camp right past the bridge, which was awesome. There's a nice fire pit, a couple benches. You know, our stuff is everywhere because we had a gear explosion. But let me show you where I'm sleeping tonight because it's pretty wicked. I've got the tarp up, but I'm not going to deploy it because it's not supposed to rain tonight. And yeah, that spot is perfect. I'm so excited. The roaring water here put me right to sleep. Life is good, man. Warm oatmeal. Get in my belly. It was very cold last night. In fact, it's probably too cold for my gear. Dan and I froze, and we were able to get up this morning, which is a win. So we're not dead. We're not frozen solid, but yeah, I think Dan's gonna bring me home, bring me to my car at least this afternoon. I don't think my underquilt and my top quilt is ready for the temperatures that are coming in the next couple days, the overnight temps. So yeah, I'm not as bummed now as I was when I left in August, because rain is just a downer in general, and we had it for so much during the trip. But these last 2 days and into today, it looks like it's gonna be awesome. They have been incredible. Lots of beauty, lots of fun stuff, and I'm not sad. So that's a win. But I am going to have to hold off finishing the Long Lake to Lake Placid section until there's warmer weather. But we've got eight miles to walk out today, and we're going to cross the 100-mile mark. So that's 2 thumbs up. So stick around. It's going to be fun. All right, we're making our way from the Salmon Pond Road campsite, which was quite nice. We were a little concerned that if you actually had a tent there and put it where it seemed logical and it rained, you'd have a river through your tent. It would be unfortunate, but it was perfect for the hammock, so I'll take it. Today we're actually climbing to the highest point on the trail.
What?
Oh yeah, we actually have to climb a mountain. So, for the first 3 miles, there's an ascent. We'll reach about 3,000 feet, and then it's pretty much all downhill to Long Lake, which, that's not a bad thing. See how...
Wait, is it a real downhill or an Adirondack downhill?
It's an Adirondack downhill with all the uphills.
Okay.
But yeah, this is really quite nice. And Dan, why don't you tell everybody what you were just saying about being out here?
On the one hand, I'm angry at myself because my hands are cold and I can't feel them. But on the other hand, wow, is it pretty.
Yeah, it's quite nice out here. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day, I think. Check it out. Stuff like this. That's why we do it, man. This is beautiful. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is called Chickadee Creek. Chickadee. Yeah, so that means we've gone a little bit under 1.5 miles in very fast time. It's crazy. I guess being cold makes you want to move faster.
I'm still waiting for my fingers to warm up.
So yeah, this is nice. Take a quick little breather and keep on heading on the trail. It's good stuff. This is beautiful. This is an old beaver meadow. You can tell the tall grass here. It's frozen. So yeah, it's a little chilly. Nice little bridge. We'll get across this as quickly as possible. It's moving a bit. This is beautiful out here. Look at Dan being all majestic and peaceful.
Thanks, now I'm gonna fall in the creek.
Awesome.
This is the type of nonsense we've been walking through for the last mile or so from that Beaver meadow. It's pretty wet. It's sloppy. But yeah, keep on going up. I guess we haven't made it to the top yet, so we'll see how much sloppier it gets. We're convinced there's going to be a swamp on top, just because why not, right? Last little push to the summit, the lookout of Blue Ridge, highest point on the Northville Placid Trail. It's pretty steep, especially considering it's been steep like this for the last probably 2 miles, mile and a half. Whew, I'm getting tired. Gonna take a break right up here.
Are you kidding me?
Man, well, we made it. I'm pretty sure this is the highest point on the NPT. They look like a little trail that went up that way. I'm whooped. I don't feel like climbing up there. It's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I love views, but not today, man. That took a lot out of me. So we're heading down this way. Maybe there'll be a lookout, maybe not. No big deal. But from this point, we've got, let's see, about maybe less than 5 miles to Dan's car. So that's a win. That's pretty good. So it took us about 2 hours to get to this point. A little less than 2 hours, actually, which is incredible.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt terrible, but that's really decent.
Yeah, we've been keeping a really good pace all 3 days so far. And with this piece being the most challenging that we faced, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of us. All right, we caught our breath. Time to go that way. I'm not sure if you can see through the trees, but that's the Long Lake out in the distance there. My last clip, I had indicated we were at the top, at the height of land. No, trail snuck in some more elevation right around a bend. So we're there or getting there, but yeah, interesting. I always say when you're out on these hikes, your head is down looking at where your feet are gonna go next, especially when you're dealing with like this kind of terrain where it just is a small creek running down the trail. But it's always important to look up because these trees are incredibly gorgeous, especially in the fall. Mid-October days, can't beat them. But yeah, we're making our way down the ridge into Long Lake. Gorgeous. We just crossed a nice log bridge over Sandy Creek, and that kind of marks the majority of the down off of the ridge. And I will tell you this, so we are coming from south and going north, and that was tough. I think people who go from the north and are climbing that and going south, you're in for a painful treat. That was
something.
I think that was steeper and harder than the side that we did.
I'd agree.
And think about it, like if you start in Lake Placid and you're heading down to Northville, this would be day 3 or day 4, depending how fast you are. Oof, I don't know, man. That would be tough. Plus, you probably resupply in Long Lake, so you'd have a full pack. Our packs are mostly empty, so from food anyways. So we've got about 3 miles left to go for the day, and yeah, feeling pretty good. A little tired, but overall really good.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
All right, walking around, and you come to this junction here. This is the new spur trail that'll bring you down right into Long Lake, near the Stewarts, and I think right across from the post office, actually. So yeah, you can head out that way, follow the yellow trail markers, walk right into Long Lake. However, the official NPT heads out that way, and it'll bring us down to Route 28. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna hit the Route 28 parking lot and then walk up Tarbell Road, Tarbell Road. We're gonna walk up that road so that when I come back out here, I don't have to do that road walk. The nptrail.org website, the official website for the Northville Placid Trail, said that we would be seeing an astonishing set of bog bridges. So Dan and I, obviously, the jerks that we are, have been eagerly anticipating this astonishing set of bog bridges. I think they just look like regular bog bridges.
This looks like a bridge to me.
Still very beautiful and pretty fantastic, but maybe they oversold it.
Maybe. Happy edge to use.
Ah, this is actually pretty cool. Check this out. It just keeps going. Wow. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. That was probably a good 2/10 of a mile of lumber laid down so you can get through the bog without drenching your feet. That was awesome. I am astonished. Well done. Yeah, we're almost there. We're about to cross over 100th mile of the Northville Placid Trail very soon, so that's kind of cool. It means I've walked 100 miles of this thing so far. That's awesome. All right, we are real close to the road. You can hear people getting out of their cars, probably getting ready to hike. Obviously hear road traffic. And this right here is just about the 100-mile mark. So yay, congratulations to us. That's 100 miles from Northville on trail. Feeling pretty good about that. So from here to the car is less than a mile, and then it's lunchtime. Lunchtime sounds good. We're gonna finish up strong, I think. Let's go. All right, we made it up to the parking at on the Tarbell Road, and as a Unix guy, I just want to call it Tarbell Road. It's just that's what I want to do. But we had a great trek. We walked all the way from WAKEY Dam right here to Long Lake, and I'm feeling pretty darn good. What about yourself?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't know if I was still going to be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now that we're here and you've done this section, I'm going to ask you the 3 questions. First question, what did you expect to get out of the trail?
I wanted to survive.
Well, I guess mission accomplished. You're still standing.
I'm still here.
What was the worst part of the trail for you?
Probably the descent down this side of the mountain, because it's your typical Adirondack vertical swamp boulder field thing. And every single footfall has an extra 35 pounds on it that you're trying very hard to make sure whatever it is you're about to hit isn't going to move.
For the most part, we were successful.
Mostly.
Mostly. And so the final question, what was your most favorite part of the trail?
The solitude. Because with the exception of one guy doing trail maintenance and, the occasional road crossing, we didn't see anybody else.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Excellent. So I'm really excited that Dan got to come out and join me on the trek. Little bit of a bummer that we're not going to be continuing on to Lake Placid, but it's the smart thing to do. I don't feel like I have the proper gear to sleep comfortably the next 3 nights.
There's no point in overdoing it, and there's no point in making it a negative experience for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's supposed to be fun, so come back and do it again when it's fun.
Yeah, and when I come back, it's going to be warmer. I'll probably have at least one of the guys coming with me, Dan, Mark, and John. Hopefully, maybe we can get everybody
would
the
be
whole
amazing.
crew to finish the last 34 miles from here to Lake Placid. Until next time, I hope you're going to stick around. We have lots of adventures planned for the rest of the year and into 2020. So, yeah, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the trail. Take care.